Hi everyone, my name is Jenkins. I left King's in 2003 and I'm a barrister. And I'm going to answer some questions for you about how I got into being a barrister, what it's like to be a barrister, to see whether that's something that you might be interested in doing as well. The first thing is that when I left King's, I did a law degree, which is a very obvious choice of degree for somebody who wants to be a barrister or do anything in the law. But you don't have to do a law degree. You can do a non-law degree first if you have an interest in another area. And then do the GDL, which is the Graduate Diploma in Law. That is a 1-year postgraduate course. And again, that counts as your law degree if you don't do a law degree first time around. And with the benefit of hindsight, I didn't really enjoy studying law. Some of you might, but I didn't. So I would probably do a different degree if I could go back and do something else. And if it's viable for you to do a non-law degree first and then do the GDL, I'd probably recommend you do that. In terms of getting into the job of being a barrister, there's a very defined set of steps you need to take. You need to do either a law degree and then a non-law degree in the GDL. And then you do the bar course. And then you need to find pupillage, which is essentially a training contract for a year where you train with a barrister's chambers to become a barrister. And after that, you will gain a position at a barrister's chambers and will practice as a barrister. And I did a master's after I did my law degree, which again is optional, but it's something that I decided to do. I then did the bar course, and it took me about 18 months after that to secure pupillage. It's very difficult and competitive to secure pupillage. It took me about 18 months to do it. And in that time, I was working in a law firm as a paralegal and then as an in-house advocate. There's lots of different routes into it. There's lots of different things that people do before they get pupillage and become a barrister. But my route was quite traditional and quite typical. And that's the route that I took. In terms of what I enjoy most about being a barrister, there's two things really. The first thing is the variety. I'm self-employed. I get different cases every day. I deal with different trials and issues every day and every week. And no 2 weeks are the same in terms of my working week. It's always different cases, different issues, new clients, and new things to do. For a lot of people, that might sound quite horrifying. You might not like to have no routine, but for me, it's quite exciting and it's quite satisfying, and I enjoy my working life being like that. The other thing is running trials. If you're interested at all in becoming a barrister, that's probably what you have in your mind. Barristers wearing wigs and gowns and running trials. And we don't always wear wigs and gowns. I very rarely wear mine. But still, running trials is what I enjoy. The process of preparing for trials, deciding how you're going to approach the issues, how you're going to cross-examine the witnesses, and then running the trial and hopefully getting a good result for your client. I just find that whole thing to be very satisfying. I get a real thrill from it. And it's certainly, as I say, along with the variety, the thing that I enjoy most about this job. In terms of what I find challenging about the role, the main thing is managing the workload. So I do have some flexibility in terms of when I work, but I have a lot of work to do usually. It does fluctuate. Some weeks are busier than others, but usually I am more busy than not. And I do have to work long hours, often have to work evenings and weekends, and juggling the job with sort of family life, with social life can be quite challenging at times. You do get used to it. There's people who will let you believe that barristers don't have family lives and don't have social lives, and that's not true. But it is a real skill that you will develop, juggling all of that. And at times, the workload gets on top of you. It's the same with practically any job, to be honest. But with a job with hours like these, it can be a problem. And that's probably the thing I do find most challenging. In terms of advice that I would give if you're interested in getting into the law industry or being a barrister, it is first of all that you should gain experience. You need to gain experience anyway in terms of doing work experience to decide whether it's right for you. And if you decide that it is, as you go through the process, rather than focusing on what you think barrister chambers are looking for in applicants for pupillage, because that will be your main focus ultimately, you need to concentrate on taking your own route, developing your own skills and experience in a way that's right for you. So that might be doing a traditional route like I did. It might be taking a gap year and traveling. It might be working for a short period in something law-related or not law-related. It may involve doing different competitions, going for scholarships, doing different courses, whatever it may be. You have to take the route that's right for you and the route that will best develop you as a candidate that chambers will be interested in.